So artifact, basically it talks about an object. It could be a tool or a decorative thing which is made by a person. It is not manufactured. So it's made by a person in the interest of history, like with a historical interest. Something is made, handcrafted, is called an artifact. But why this name is chosen is because we want to provide or contribute towards learning of a child, which should be imbibed with facts and the art. Because sometimes when children get into learning, it becomes only with the facts where they cannot visualize or see what it is. Sometimes it is given as a construction or a visual effect, but not with the value behind it. So children learn lot of science, equipments, everything, but do they see the value in it? Do they see why it is made? Why we have to learn? Many children learn science and math without knowing why they are learning at all. What is that going to do to their life? And after all, why do I go through the school education? There is no input to a child, and they see the school education completely distinct from their day-to-day life. They feel it is something forced on me and I'm doing it. Unless otherwise I finish it, I cannot go to my college, I cannot grow up without taking the school education. Something on their heads, so you have to do it. So whereas education is meant to equip children or to help them train their mind to think, because we have to be eventually thinkers, because a child who has a mind which can think can only contribute. Otherwise they'll just follow what is being done and they'll just pass on the message to the next generation, but they cannot add on a bit to it. Sometimes it is complicated. So only a creator can contribute to a better world. Okay, Sai is there in the lobby. Okay, I'll just continue with the conversation. Hi ma'am, I must be presented to the children. Thank you. Okay, see, we felt it is quite appropriate for the program which we are going to deliver, and we got excited to fit that as the name for the program, because our interest is almost the same with the purpose of the name. So the purpose has met each other, and so the name is with us. Alright, thank you. So what are we going to do in this program is, we are going to cherish or present children the ancient engineering, ancient construction, and then ancient paint or something. So because we have all the tools present right now, but we don't know why it is into existence. Children are given just like that, but earlier it was into evolution. So one was existing and then they put their heart, soul and energy and then made the next form, and then the next form. There was a thirst earlier, I should do it, because there was a need also. Now the kids have everything with them and they really don't know how to handle it, whereas the previous generations or the eras had a thirst to achieve something. So that purpose is lost in the present education. The people who get into higher studies or into engineering or into a new invention are only very limited percentage, whereas I prefer, or we prefer, or Giraffe prefers children to learn or understand education with a thirst. They should have their own purpose and they should know, okay, this is what I want to achieve and let me travel through that. For that, whatever they have learned, they should be able to implement it. So knowledge should be implemented to meet a particular purpose. So this cycle or this line is not practiced by the present children. They are given certain things, they are learning it, they are writing the exams and they are getting to the next grade. That's the cycle they all know, whereas the actual cycle of an education is completely different. So we can change over the purpose of education as they grow up, as their maturity grows up, and accordingly they should employ their knowledge and achieve through something. So we are here to train them, value things. One more thing why we do these things is, when we talk about a chariot, for example, so the main invention is a wheel, and the first and foremost invention is also a wheel. So that paved way for many other inventions in the past, because the first invention is wheel. From there the transportation developed. Until then people were walking. So wheel was the first invention which paved way for lot of transportation, and again it also paved way for pottery. So the civilization was completely dependent on the wheel, invention of the wheel. So children, when they learn certain things, when they make in the form of an art, so we are also presenting the fact behind it, how it came into existence and how they arrived, because need is the mother of invention, people say. So how was the need felt? Because they were walking and walking for years together. Some people, even now in this corona, we knew people who walked from North India to South India, and in between some of them passed away also. That was a drastic truth. So this COVID especially made us to live the past and how they suffered without transportation. So though it is sometimes we should see this as a blessing in disguise, because we have never experienced without a transportation how people lived or existed. So now this made us to some people really walked across different states, and that is the need of the invention. So with that they invented wheel, with that they invented some form of transportation, all that. So children, through this program we help them value what is around them. So to make them value, it is not simply to say value this, value that, but if they see the thought why it was into existence. They will start understanding it, and eventually they will also value it, value the effort behind it. So we not only teach the science and history behind art, we also teach them the moral values through that. Because in present education, we are giving the information towards everything, but have we helped them understand the value of it? It is completely lost. Children know how much money it is at least, but they don't know what is the effort behind it. How people live without that invention, and how was life before that invention, and how is life after that invention. So these things, especially money, because money is invented after a few years, after a few era. Until then they were actually giving and taking. So all this story things are not learned through an integrated form, because history teacher teaches separately and science teacher talks separately, and there is no way they connect what they learn through different subjects. So this is what we are going to achieve through this program, right? So, and how? So we have given 4 different projects and 1 project for a particular class. So everything is handcrafted. So a lot of effort we took in making each one of the projects. So for each child, individually we made all the efforts. It's a hell lot of work behind this program. So we have been procuring each thing, how it should be child friendly also. It cannot be beyond the scope of a child to handle, and as well it should also be giving a positive value towards them, and they should know about that product, because if we cannot talk, we can latten to them. So what is exposable, or what could be presented to a child, and what's his history of which objects we can present to them, and then so a lot of things are behind this, and we have conceptualized in such a way that they can actually see the end product. And so we have worked behind backwards in order to help them see the final product within in that 2.5 hour session. So, and we need, sorry? Huh? Sorry? Yeah, your voice is slightly breaking. Yeah. Okay. I can really happy. We are happy actually. Sir is also happy. Very much that you people, the parents, especially Omkar's and Pratam's mom also, whomever can see the value in the programs, we can see the real parenthood in them. You see how your child have to be in future.